On this week's episode of the Rubber Report, one of the top MLB prospects is coming out of UNLV. Find out how his love for the sport started. The Raiders are coming to Las Vegas with the first-round selections of the 2019 NFL Draft. And we show you that we aren't perfect with some funny bloopers from this season as we send off our seniors. All this and more on the Rubber Report. Welcome to Studio F on the campus of UNLV. This is the final episode of the Rubber Report for Season 7. I'm Marco Santander.
And I'm Jafar Robso. Before we dive into our show, we want to say how proud we are of our seniors for making it to the finish line. Congrats to the class of 2019. Now let's get into some great feature pieces we have lined up for our last show.
In the 2018 MLB Draft, there were 1,214 draft picks. 775 of them were from NCAA schools, which means almost 90% were D1 student athletes.
Lydia Vasquez takes you on a special journey of one local baseball player and a UNLV star who is only a pick away from the majors.
Well, you've probably heard the name Bryson Stott, a junior at UNLV, batting .362 with an above-average arm, clocking in as high as 97 miles per hour, making him a top prospect in this year's MLB Draft. Here's how it all started.
I played every sport growing up, basketball, soccer, football, so just the overall aspect of baseball and how much fun I had with my teammates, and my neighbors played on the same team as me, so it was baseball 24/7 even with the other sports. So we'd go play soccer and we'd come back and play catch in the street or something, so it was kind of just ever since I was little it was all baseball.
Stott is a heftier shortstop at 6'3", weighing 200 pounds, but his undeniable talent secures the spot at short, hoping to mirror one of the greats who also happens to be his favorite player.
My favorite player was Derek Jeter growing up.
Hit toward the hole, Jeter backhands from the outfield grass. Got him!
Just looking at him, and obviously he was a shortstop for the New York Yankees, and that's every kid's dream was to be like him growing up, and just watching him and the way he went about playing was my role model. Over the years, I played in club ball, you really play everywhere, and it kind of just over time, I played second my freshman year of high school, and then it's been short ever since. So kind of just throughout the years playing those club ball tournaments, and you play everywhere on the field because it's just, you're so young, you don't really have a set position yet. So just trying to figure it out, and infield was really where I started playing.
Bryson's family is no stranger to UNLV. His dad played football for the Rebels and his mom was a cheerleader. Stott led his senior squad in hits, doubles, home runs, and RBIs. While he ended his senior season at Desert Oasis with a .410 average, 17 doubles, and 3 home runs, you better believe he had options.
In high school, I thought I wanted to leave, and then I came here my junior year on an unofficial visit and saw everything they had to offer. I saw the blueprint for the clubhouse and what that was going to be like, and just the coaches. And once that happened, I was pretty much set, and then that's when I committed.
His sophomore year, he batted .365, was selected Mountain West Player of the Week, ranked in the top 100 of 9 NCAA statistical categories, led the NCAA in doubles, ranked number 15 in hits, and number 18 in toughest to strike out.
Probably the best player on the field most days, and does everything really well. Defense, offense, base run, hits with power, and that's pretty nice to have on your team. But what he's done here, nobody's done better.
As Noonan works on Bryson Stott, here's the 2-1. Stott launches one to right field, tracking back is Miller. Track, wall, look it up, and that one's gone. 3-run home run for Bryson Stott.
So far as a junior, Stott holds a .371 batting average with 61 runs, 72 hits, and 19 doubles. He has been chosen to the Mountain West All-Conference First Team. Stott is a unique shortstop, standing him out from the rest.
Probably he's hitting, and he's left-handed, that helps. I would say that, that's what's going to get him drafted higher, because he's a left-handed hitting middle infielder.
According to the 2019 MLB Prospect Watch, Stott is a solid all-around shortstop, which isn't easy to find in any draft class, ranking him number 9, while Fangraphs has him as 3rd pick overall.
You know, he's a special player. He's really good. I mean, every part of the game he excels at. And then, you know, he really enjoys playing baseball, which is kind of cool. You know, he's not just there for, you know, all the like antics. He really enjoys playing baseball, and I think that's special about him.
Despite all of the hype around him being drafted, Stott knows there's more to the game than just winning.
You're not going to succeed every time. I mean, you're not going to get a hit. You're not going to make every play. You're obviously not going to win every game, even though you would like to. So just that kind of you're going to fail in life every once in a while. So just to be able to keep going, I mean, there's always that next pitch. There's always that next game. So just to be able to keep going and kind of stay in that even keel is the biggest thing. Never stop dreaming. I mean, your dreams are huge when you're young, and even now. I mean, you still dream about the things that could come in the future. So keep reaching for those dreams and just have fun playing. And as long as you're having fun, all the stuff will come.
Whether Bryson Stott gets drafted this year or finishes out his senior year, he's thankful to have played for UNLV and the opportunity to play college with his teammates who he grew up with.
Thanks for everything. Thanks for being the teammates. I mean, I played with some of those guys since I was 6, 7, 8 in club ball because half our roster is from Las Vegas, so we always played against each other. So just seeing us grow up together and be that unit that came to UNLV and is having a lot of fun, I'll just say thank you, and it's been fun.
Bryson is currently studying sociology and says his dream has always been to play in the major leagues. But if that doesn't align, he wishes to become a firefighter.
At the time of this recording, UNLV baseball record is 27-24.
In light of UNLV women's tennis making their way to the Mountain West Conference, the team has been the first of many at UNLV to reach these great accomplishments.
Our very own Diamond Williams checks in with the man behind the successful stride, UNLV women's tennis coach Kevin Cory.
Coach Kevin Cory has made a name for himself within UNLV athletics, being the second longest tenured coach and having the most successful wins in both Lady Rebel women's tennis history and Mountain West history. These are just a few of the reasons why he's been named one of the top coach in all of the West. Kevin Cory has been head UNLV women's coach for 20 years and has had 334 wins and only 158 losses, making him one of UNLV's most successful coaches of any UNLV sport.
Well, I knew I wanted to get into college coaching like in the late 90s. I was a tennis director at a private club and had decided I wanted to just work with competitive players, so I started looking into the coaching aspect. We started playing tennis when we were young. Our parents both played, and so we'd go to the club with them and then just wanted to play ourselves because we'd get bored or whatever being at the club, and so we started at a pretty early age.
When I asked Coach what he believes has contributed to his success,
fortunately, we've had a lot of great student athletes over the years, and we've recruited well, and we've had some really good kids that have turned out to be great tennis players.
one of those great tennis players is senior Iwan Zhu. She shares her favorite aspects of her beloved coach.
My favorite thing about my coach is like he always like very nice, but like he push you to your to help you to reach your potential, but not like force you, like reasonable expectations, or like he can see your potential and he know when to push you and when give you like space. He always like encouraged me to like, he trusted me, and he also like make me to trust myself that I'm able to do my best on court, and also like give me all the support when I need it.
Mark Wallington has worked with Coach Cory for the entirety of his 20 years being at UNLV.
Coach Cory has proved that he's a winner. He won the Mountain West Championship his first season as our head coach, and has won 11 since then combined. So when you think of Kevin Cory, you think of winning. And that's a great thing as a coach. He's very consistent, he's steady, he's good at recruiting from all over the world, and brings in the correct people to be student athletes here, because not only do they win the most championships, but they also have the highest GPA of any of our sports. So that combination together has proved to be very successful for him.
When I asked Mark what is one thing about Coach Cory that most people would not know, he said,
he came here from another school, the Rebels. He worked at Ole Miss before he was an assistant coach at Ole Miss, so he went from being a Rebel to a Rebel. So his whole coaching career, he's been a Rebel.
What does Coach himself think of all his accomplishments thus far?
Well, it's great. I think, there are a lot of coaches that bounce around and look for the, next greatest opportunity, but being able to be here and raise my son here and have a stable job has been very good for me personally.
Coach Cory's biggest attributions is his admiration and gratitude of his players.
Well, we try to hope that by the time they leave here, they're a better person than they were when they arrived. Not just a better tennis player, but also a better person.
I asked Coach if he once had a dream of one day being a part of the Olympics.
Sure, we all did, and I tried to play a little bit after college, but realized soon after that it was very difficult and it was very expensive, and so started trying to make money at that point.
Coach Cory has no plans of retiring anytime soon, so we will continue to witness his success for years to come. From the Rebel Report, I'm Diamond Williams.
UNLV has many hidden figures, and Coach Cory is simply one of them. Thank you, Diamond, for sharing his story.
The Raiders have planted their seed in this community. In preparation for their official arrival in 2020, the Preview Center at Town Square is a two-story structure that gives the public a chance to walk through Raiders history, a virtual tour of the new Las Vegas Stadium, and learn more about the Raiders coming to Las Vegas.
Yeah, and Lydia Vasquez had the opportunity to check it out. To learn more about the Las Vegas Stadium and the Raiders' move to Las Vegas, visit raiders.com/Las Vegas Stadium. And the Raiders had 3 first-round selections in the first round of the 2019 NFL Draft held in Nashville, Tennessee.
With these selections, they look to address needs and wanted players who knew how to win. Selections of the players were in the 2019 College National Championship game. Can I redo that?
Oakland Raiders had 3 selections in the first round of the 2019 NFL Draft, and they used all 3 on 3 various players, including...
The Oakland Raiders select Cleveland Farrell, defensive end, Clemson. The Oakland Raiders select Josh Jacobs, running back, Alabama. The Oakland Raiders select Jonathan Abram, defensive back, Mississippi State.
The Raiders' first choice in the 2019 NFL Draft was Cleveland Farrell, who is an explosive edge rusher out of Clemson, who make an impact immediately. He doesn't waste any moves making the play. He easily overpowered anyone who he faced. Teammates even relied on him for his leadership. Their second choice is Josh Jacobs, a running back out of Alabama. He is an explosive athlete, both in the run game, where he caused 33 missed tackles on 121 carries, and he can even catch the ball like a receiver in the passing game. He is greater as a receiver out of the backfield while bouncing outside, running the ball, and using his speed to blow past defenders. With their final selection in the first round, the Raiders selected Jonathan Abram, a hard-hitting safety out of Mississippi State. Hard-hitting is not even a word to describe him. He delivers vicious hits to his man. He's relentless in his pursuit of making plays and getting to the ball, causing fumbles and ripping the ball out in a perfect manner. He's able to make plays in the backfield and matches up with tight ends and receivers nicely in man-to-man coverage. After the first round of the draft, General Manager Mike Mack of the Oakland Raiders said that they were looking for foundational talent that they could rely on now and for years to come.
Yeah, I think Rich, day one, when I took the job and I sat down with John Gruden, he asked me what was important about developing a team. And I said, John, to me, it's all about foundation players. And I develop foundation as both character and football talent. And you better love the game, you better have a passion for it, because nobody has a bigger passion for the game than John Gruden does, or I do.
With these selections, the Oakland Raiders hope to win when they move to Las Vegas in 2020. With the NFL draft in Las Vegas will help to usher the team and the city to a new era of Raider football.
Even with the season coming to an end recently, the love for the Golden Knights continues one relationship at a time. Most couples dream of being married in black and white, but some Golden Knight fans think otherwise.
For the first time ever, the Golden Knight fans were able to say "I do" in Toshiba Plaza during this year's playoffs. Emily Perez has more on this story.
Marriage is a wonderful and holy estate, instituted at the time of man's beginning, a marvelous journey.
Couples gathered at T-Mobile Arena for the ultimate gold wedding free of charge. Some couples were able to celebrate their love for the Golden Knights and for each other at the same time. The wedding would ensure these life partners were dedicated to two things: each other and the Golden Knights.
Now, one final question. Do you both promise to always keep your love Vegas strong? To shower each other with a flurry of kisses every day? And to always be faithful not only to each other, but to your hometown Vegas Golden Knights? Yeah! Then by the power vested in me, in the state of Nevada, I again pronounce you husband and wife. Kiss the bride.
A couple that has now been married for 25 years and are also season ticket holders felt it was only right to renew their vows the Knight way.
There's no other way to celebrate the Knights in the playoffs than getting married to the one you love.
Showcasing their original Knights gear that Rebecca made herself for the special day. In an atmosphere unlike anywhere else, another couple was celebrating their 10th anniversary of marriage.
It was really fun. The music and just the whole experience was really great. They were really fun. They helped us renew after 10 years.
10 years, baby, 10 years.
Although the night season is over, these couples will forever cherish their memories of their gold wedding. For the Rebel Report, I'm Emily Perez.
Marcos, can you imagine getting married in black and gold?
I don't know, man. Maybe another couple might do it next season, but we'll just have to find out and see.
Maybe. UNLV has a new club on campus, and it's on water.
That's right. UNLV has a brand new rowing team, and Aaron O'Hara had an inside look with rowing coach Jim Anderson.
Go. The outside hand's all the power. Come on, Becky, legs down, legs down, legs.
This is Coach Jim Anderson.
I'm the executive director of the Lake Las Vegas Rowing Club. I came here on a vacation, happened to find Lake Las Vegas, and within about 6 months, I moved here.
3 years ago, he brought the idea of competitive rowing to Las Vegas.
This is one of the best rowing venues in the world, I think. The water's flat, there's no other traffic really on it.
And this year is UNLV's inaugural club season, with more than 24 college students already practicing every weekday morning. He hopes to soon bring competition like USC and University of Washington to the desert.
Well, it's a club sport, so it's not an athletic department sport. We need numbers, we need lots of kids, we need athletes, and it can grow. It can grow quick and fast. We have the equipment, we just need kids.
Katie Carl, a senior psychology major at UNLV, joined the club this past fall, and the team has impacted her in many ways.
I was on the swim team in high school, and I was always kind of naturally just drawn to water. And so one day I was walking on campus, and I saw the booth for rowing, and I just thought it looked interesting.
Rowing is the #1 sport for women's collegiate scholarships, and Coach Anderson hopes to grow not only UNLV's rowing team, but rowing culture throughout the valley.
Then we started a high school program where I've got about 45 high school kids, which isn't much. I'd rather have about 100. With the Lake Las Vegas Rowing Club, we have an adult program with experienced rowers, adults that rowed in college and now live in Vegas. So I've got.
UNLV is already becoming a competitive club team, and you can be a part of it all. Stay alert for more information and updates. For the Rebel Report, I am Aaron O'Hara.
UNLV's rowing team is continuing to grow and is still looking for more people to join. If you're interested, follow them on Instagram at UNLV Rowing or email Jim Anderson at jim@llvrc.com.
A husband, father, professor, and grad student, John Castellino has managed to do it all with the best of his abilities.
Carina Trujillo and Brianna Hernandez sat down to learn more about the journey of John Castellino and how he became successful in the journalism field.
You always hear stories on how professors at big league schools like Yale and Harvard are providing their students with big opportunities, but you rarely hear stories on how UNLV campus is getting out there in the industry.
Our very own John Castellino has elite experience of 15 years in the television news. Take a look at how his passion for journalism is spreading out to his students.
Just his expectation for his students, his high standard for his students, has really made me want to pursue not just this career, but to pursue a passion of whatever that is. And he's so passionate about what he does, not just journalism, but about what he reports, about every single sport, about this city. And it's just been so fun to watch him instill his passions on all his other students.
A Las Vegas elementary school boy who loved to watch the Chicago Cubs play came across a show that would influence his dream.
And I found this show called SportsCenter, and I thought, this is the coolest thing ever. That's what I want my job to be. I want to sit at a desk and I want to talk about sports, especially the sports I love.
People always look for a straight and narrow path, but that wasn't John's case.
My plan was really windy and it wasn't a straight path. But initially, I got into sports medicine. I wanted to wrap ankles and take care of injuries. But I reached a point where I just said, John, why are you not doing what you really want to do? And that would be sports broadcasting. And I couldn't give you the straight answer except to say, I figured the competition was just too great. That there's only one play-by-play guy, the Chicago Cubs, and he's a legend, Harry Carey. There's only a few SportsCenter anchors. How am I going to be able to get that job? And I let my thinking stop me from what I'm doing. And thank God, and I'm so happy that I finally wised up and made the decision to just say, screw it, I'm going to make it, I'm going to find my way.
Castellino's ambition led him to the start of his media career.
My first job in television officially outside after I graduated was a producer and photographer for Channel 13 here in Las Vegas. That took me 6 months to lock up. I sent out over 150 tapes to stations all over. Big markets, small markets, didn't care.
$2,000 in credit card debt was essential for Castellino to land his first on-air job.
Finally got the job, ended up in Casper, Wyoming. Cold weather city, middle of nowhere, but I absolutely loved my time there.
Even though Casper, Wyoming was enjoyable, Castellino knew it was time to make his next move. While in Texas, he reached out to Adam Bradshaw, news director at Fox 5. After endless emails, Adam responded to John with updates on his progress.
He watched my stuff in Wyoming and said I sounded like Chris Berman and I was too loud and talked too fast. Then I went to South Texas in my second market, showed him more work, and he said, wow, you've made a lot of progress.
Sports director Kevin Bollinger had to take leave, and Castellino was given an opportunity that would change his journalism career forever.
I got a call one day. They just needed somebody for a week. And they're like, John, no promises here, but we just need somebody to fill in for Kevin. And then he said, great, we'll have you fill in. And I filled in for a week, and then it turned into 2 weeks. And I was just kind of riding the wave, and then they said, okay, John, we'll find a way for you to become a full-time employee. And they found a way, and I jumped at the opportunity. So when this opportunity at UNLV came up, I was still in the middle of my career at Fox 5. I had my health scare and my personal problems, and it was just kind of really good timing. You know, I said, is this the job for me to finally take a right turn, or the burning bush, as my wife and I call it, right? And we saw it, and I went after it, not totally knowing, is this going to be a good fit for me? But turns out that's exactly what it is. So
careers are not built overnight, but they are built off of dedication and persistent work.
If you're good at what you do, you're going to get an opportunity. It may not come right away. It may take a year and a half. It may take 150 emails with your link to send out to news directors or to send to teams or whatever it is. But if you have the ability and the skill and you can put together a good resume reel, you're going to get an opportunity, right? I want to give you the knowledge and the storytelling ability and just the tips and the tricks that I've learned along the way now so that you don't learn them 3 years from now.
So John has impacted me in my career several ways. He's given me opportunities that no other college has given me. by the fact that I've been able to cover professional sports teams here in Las Vegas, and he's just a really amazing professor. I mean, he really criticizes you to the T, but at the same time, it helps you grow as a journalist. It helps you look at the small things here in college while you can make mistakes instead of in the professional field. That in the professional field, maybe your boss might not like it, or it might go into something more serious.
I want to help you grow, and I want you guys to succeed. Really, that's probably one of the main motivators, is that I struggled and I didn't know if I was going to get that opportunity, and kind of almost gave up on it.
John knows what it's like to try to get your foot into the journalism industry, and his students' work does not go unnoticed.
I mean, I really appreciate, you guys working so hard and putting that time and effort in. And that's all I can ask for my students is, are you going to give it your all? That's what you need to do to be successful. I just want to show you the way, and whether or not you take it, that's up to you.
Castellino hopes to be a mentor to his students by guiding them with advice on how to pursue journalism.
You need to hustle, have to grind, have to give maximum effort, especially when you're first starting out in everything you do. Mediocre isn't good enough. And if you do that and you fail, that's fine. You'll learn from it, right? And you'll grow. But if you are tentative or afraid to be involved, I understand that anxiety and maybe that fear to go out there, but you've got to conquer it, because that's how you're going to be successful.
Even when you feel like your hard work is going unnoticed, just as John Castellino said, keep hustling and keep grinding. I'm Karina Trujillo.
And remember, take every possible opportunity that you can get and give it all you got, because you never know where that opportunity can take you. I'm Brianna Hernandez for the Rebel Report.
Everything you've taught us, John, we will definitely take into our careers outside of UNLV. Rebel Report can definitely prepare you for the real-world journalism.
That's all we have for our last episode of Season 7 of the Rebel Report. If you would like to catch up on all of our episodes, go to our YouTube channel, Rebel Report UNLV, and stay up to date with us on Twitter at Rebel Report UNLV and on Instagram at Rebel Report_UNLV. Thank you to everyone who has supported us this season. We can't wait for next season. Until then, see you guys.
Evan is working on returning to school. Oh my God. 3, 2, 1. Evan is working on returning to school and earning his Master's of Business Administration.
You got this?
I'm sorry, I got this. Whoa. If you want to join the newest sport club on campus, go to their website at This is so technical. Are you ready? Because it's probably going to take a while.
Ugh. I have so many bloopers, dude. It's ridiculous. Dang, there's a guy right in my head. I know. 3, 2, 1. Shoot. What was I saying again? That doesn't do. All fans are welcome to. All fans are welcome. Shoot. Green Game 6.
It's the Cinco de Mayo game against the We'll catch you with... No, everyone had a great time tonight. We'll catch up with you later for the Rebel... Are gearing up for what they hope to be. It's the Cinco de Mayo game against the Hey guys, I'm Megan Platt.
What it's like to be a VJ key.
My name's Marcos, and I don't know how to do a stand-up. I'm just gonna get really good at it.
Showcase their talents, but to create a better future for themselves. NFL flag passing. Stupid. I got this. I can't, this win. Leo Gray, former... One more time. Just for safe. How do I look though? Crazy? My hair's crazy?
Alright, we good? Let's get started. I really gotta do that again though? Really? Okay. We're rolling?
I said something different. Let me look at what I said. It's on Friday.
Attendance at an all-time low, with about 8,000 fans a night.